G'day guys, welcome back to the Bray and Ethan podcast, episode 82, and of course it is all powered by Skinbro for 2023. Use code Bray and Ethan 20 for 20% off all skincare products at skinbro.com, and that's Bray and the symbol and, not the spelling and, Ethan. You don't want to muck that up. You want your 20% off.
You don't want to muck that up, especially winter is officially here, so all orders $35 or over can get free shipping there.
Yep.
Just want to say quick apologies for no episode last week. We did have a guest locked in due to commitments to the mid-season draft, that wasn't able to go ahead at the last minute.
Mm-hmm.
But speaking of AFL, this man can probably consider himself a bit unlucky not to be there. He's been a media street today, already been on the radio this morning. One of the stars of the Waffle and South Fremantle off the halfback line.
What a week to get him on.
Yeah, and he also played in the state game. Toby McQuilkin, welcome. Thanks so much for coming in.
Thanks, boys. Thanks for having me. Pleasure to be here.
Yeah, pleasure to have you on, mate. How all things with you on and off the field at the moment as we enter, I guess, the second half of the season?
No, really good. Going well. Obviously, the boys haven't got off to the best start that we wanted, but we keep rolling through, mate. And it's a big week, so all eyes ahead for the big derby on Monday. So all really good.
We were chatting off air about, I guess, the preparation from Monday. It must be a bit weird. It's Friday now. Got pretty much almost 3 whole days leading up to it.
Yeah, as I said to you before, I'm pretty relaxed bloke and I like to do not much before games. So the whole weekend of laying around and probably watching footy is gonna do some good things, hopefully. So just that extra day is gonna throw it off, but hopefully it doesn't interfere with preparation, mate.
No, shouldn't do. You're originally from Mundijong here in WA. What was it like growing up there and heading down to Waffle Colts for your first year in 2018, we believe? Is that spot on?
Yeah. I've done development squads beforehand, 14s, 15s and then 16s and Colts. But so I played pretty much most of my junior footy at Mundijong. It's a bit of a rare area out there. Moved pretty much as soon as I finished high school, but it was all really good. Footy's good over there. The Centrals, the mighty Centrals, shout out to them. But it was good. Yeah, good.
Yeah, bloody oath. Well, you went from debuting in the league side at the start of 2021 to being South's player of the finals at the end of the year in that year. Did you expect to have such an immediate impact as you did? Although it was a tough day on grand final day, how do you reflect on playing that grand final at Optus?
Yeah, it was really surprising even to debut that year. I got told probably at the start of the year that I wasn't in the best 22 for the two side as well. So that was a big wake up call. To get my chance and pretty much grab it with both hands and then end up playing in the granny, it was a really good experience. Obviously didn't get the chockies on the day, but it was a really good experience for me and it's held me in good stead for obviously now.
Yeah, and it's fair to say 2022 was probably the biggest year of your football life so far. Waffle Team of the Year, runner-up in South's BNF. But prior to this, you had an opportunity to train with West Coast. How did that come about? I know you would have been pretty hopeful to get a spot on the list, but you must have still learnt a lot from being in an environment like that.
Yeah, it was huge. It was probably something I look back on that I'll never forget. It was a bloody good experience. It was cut short a little bit with COVID. That was when it was really bad. But just to be there. First day I rolled in, walking down the corridor and big Josh Kennedy's walking the other way. I'm just sort of shivering in my pants as a young bloke. And just to see the way they do it and the lifestyle they live and how hard they train and just to get a bit of perspective on what they do day in, day out was really good for me, and it was just a big eye-opener, obviously, to play some good footy and try to get there.
Was it more like, were you so focused on trying to get on the list, or was it more the experience you were aiming to get out of it, or probably both? Yeah,
I wasn't really looking for that end goal. It was like, if it's going to come, it'll come. But, I was just taking it with both hands, and just to be there, I was just so honoured and to be with a bunch of blokes. They were really good to me as well, really caring and really introduced me to everyone, and it was just a good experience. So obviously I would have liked to be on a list, but I'm just so grateful for the opportunity.
For sure, it would have been a week of your life. One thing, I guess, that has stood out about you over your last couple of seasons has been the long sleeve jumper. Why the long sleeve?
Mate, to be honest, I never wore one in juniors either. It's sort of come up out of nowhere. Didn't wear it in the twos either, and then started wearing it in the ones. After Big Nick Subban, he was donning it for a fair few weeks there, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to give it a crack and see how we go. I've always liked to be a little bit unorthodox, like to stand out a little bit more, as you could say. So, I just run with it, especially when it's cold, and these chicken arms don't do too well in the cold. So, I love it.
So it's not every week now, it's just when it's more cold?
Yeah, when it's cold. Yeah, a little bit of breeze. Maybe if it's a little sunny, I might throw it on, but more or less it's when it's cold.
So you would have rocked it last year with the red jersey?
Yep. Yeah,
that was an actual long sleeve jersey with the red sleeves, wasn't it?
It was correct, yeah.
Wasn't the actual jumper underneath?
No. That was a full one. I ordered that in the long sleeve, hoping it'd be cold, and it wasn't cold, but I still had to run it, and I'm happy.
You played away games with it on for the rest of the year anyway, didn't you?
Yeah, correct.
Exactly.
That became our away jumper, which is cool.
Yeah.
It's good that there's the option in the waffle to wear the long sleeves.
Yeah. I love it.
I think Swan Districts, if you want a long sleeve, you just have to wear like
a black undershirt.
A black undershirt, yeah.
Black skins will do.
Yeah, because it looks identical.
It's like their socks too. Just wear a pair of Nike socks, you got black socks.
They get fined apparently if they wear Nike socks. Yeah, right. From inside. So
okay.
They can't get away with that apparently.
Well, a state combine invite also went your way last year. I think you were the only mature age guy there, but still won 2 of the tests. Was it a bit unique being the oldest there, but still being really young at the same time? Like, it's not really a title you probably want when you're still only, I think, 22.
Yeah, people kept saying you're the oldest. So I'm sort of looking at them with a question face, saying I can't be. I'm only 21, but most of them were 17, 18, I think, and I was 21 at the time. So that was just another great experience to be a part of. Obviously honoured to be there, and to come away with 2 wins on the test was pretty cool. So I'll take that.
Yeah, for sure.
Was there on draft night? Was there a bit of mixed emotions for yourself? Seeing a teammate like Steely Green get picked up, and good mate of yours from the draft combine, Caleb Smith, also get picked up, both to Richmond, and you obviously good mates with them. You missed out, unfortunately, but what was it like that night? Mixed emotions, or did you not really set any expectations?
Yeah, it was a bit of that. No set expectation, to be honest, mate. I just thought if it's going to come, it'll come. But I was obviously stoked for a few boys. Obviously, you mentioned Steely, and then a good mate, Caleb, as well. So I was absolutely wrapped for them. But I was obviously disappointed not to get the call up. But it just means more work and playing some more good footy and try to get there, I suppose.
And nominated for the mid-season draft, so ambitions are still there, I assume. And what feedback do you get from, your own coaches and maybe some AFL clubs?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously still want to get there. It's been a dream of mine ever since I was a young kid. But it's just comes all down to training, mate. I suppose the coaches just tell me if you work hard on the track, it'll come on game day. So that's just what I've been doing. I love my time down at the Doggies, mate. So if I play 100 games there, I'm pretty happy. But obviously, the AFL level's still a dream of mine, and if I can get there, I'll be stoked.
And with the Empire Sports Management, what's it like having a manager, to probably look after that side of things for you when there is a lot of interest from AFL clubs?
Yeah, it's so handy, mate. You don't really have to do much with Anthony. Shout out to Anthony.
And obviously at the start of the year, the news came out about the salary cap breach at South Freo. How hard was that knowing, you'd be starting on negative points with how tight the competition is? Yeah,
it was definitely flattening, copping that 8. We had no idea anything was happening behind the scenes. But, once we rolled into training, I think it was a main session, and they ended up telling us that we copped 8 points was definitely flattening. But it's something that we can't control, and we just had to keep rolling on, training well, and just preparing for games as best we can. So, that's something we don't stress on too much.
Was that just the league team or the reserves and Colts as well, all 3 grades copying that penalty?
Nah, just the league side,
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, on a positive note, for the start of the season, you boys travelled up to Darwin for a pre-season game. How was that?
Yeah,
those conditions up there.
Yeah, it was a wicked experience. I can't say I'd play any more footy up there, to be honest, mate. I blew up in the first 5 minutes. It's definitely humid and so hot. I don't know how most of those blokes do it. But it was a wicked experience. Just to be there, yeah.
When was it? Was it like January or something? It was real early, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was one of our first pracky matches.
Yeah.
It was early Feb.
Yeah, okay.
I think, maybe.
Yeah, I saw it and I was like, shit, there's still like 2 months before the
very early.
season. I was like, It's a very early trip.
No, it was good to get it out of the way.
Probably would have been the best conditions for Darwin, I think.
Yeah.
During their wet season.
Oh, mate, it was unbelievable. As I said, I just don't know how those boys do it. I blew up. The tank blew up in the first 5 and I was just holding on for the rest. So.
Yeah. And you guys versed some fairly good players, I believe.
Yeah, there was a couple of good names rolling out. Motlop, Mitch Robbo.
Yeah.
A few good names, and they were a good side. Like, it's hard to adjust to those conditions, and they obviously play it really well week in, week out. So
You'd love to see more of that, like waffle teams versus like other state league teams and travelling and,
Bring
and
back
stuff.
the Foxtel Cup.
Yeah, for sure. Speaking of that, the state game occurred recently, which you were a part of for the first time. Again, one of the best out there on the day. How was it, firstly, finding out you were in the squad and then travelling to Adelaide to pull on the Guernsey after weeks and weeks of training?
Yeah, no, it was unbelievable. It's obviously one of my aspirations to play state footy. When I debuted, I probably didn't have my mind set on state footy, but when my name got called and I got the email, I was super stoked to don the Black Swan. And then obviously the next stage was to make the travelling 23. And when I got the nod, I couldn't wipe the smile off my face, mate. It was wicked. Obviously alongside Chaddy Pearson and Tom Bledge to do it with those boys. Chad's done it a few years in a row now, so just to learn off him and tips and tricks of the state footy was really good. Yeah.
Well, what's it like? Because, there's a lot of talk, I guess, around the state game. It needs more attention. You're a curtain raiser for an AFL game.
Yeah.
Let's be real. The people that are going to the game only care about the AFL game. They don't care about the curtain raiser. So where do you think, I guess, the state game's at? Do you think it, needs to be, played at Freo Oval on a dedicated game? Just everyone can rock up, $5, $10 entry, whatever it is. And, you get 5,000 odd people down there.
Yeah, I like where you're heading with that. All the players were really stoked to be there, and I think we're generating a lot of that.
Yeah.
All the boys are pretty stoked to do it. So I reckon if we can get on a bigger stage rather than a curtain raiser at 140 or whatever it was, obviously, I'm not complaining. We still get to play on Adelaide Oval.
Yeah.
I reckon the culture's really high.
Yeah.
Same as South Australia as well. They were stoked to be there. We had a couple of beers after the game, and they were very chatty, and they reckon that state footy's alive. So hopefully it stays alive in the next couple of years. Yeah.
It'd be cool not to just first South Australia as well. If we can get the big V back or something from other states, bring it make
Tasmania.
it. Yeah, Tassie.
We absolutely flogged them. I think the last time we played them, I think that was 2016.
Yeah.
Demolishing.
But there has been a lot of talk about that. It needs more relevance.
I'm not sure, where the Vics have gone. We used to play
we beat them over there, and I think they cracked the shits.
Yeah, okay.
Said we're going home.
Yeah, COVID happened, and that's it. Wrap it up, boys. Yeah.
We know you're no stranger to the camera, being the South Freo face of the Win-Win Waffle campaign. But outside of this, we've seen you've done a bit of other modelling, and don't mind getting out in the water when you can.
Has this been sent in, or is
this
is Ethan.
This is just research.
Yeah, okay. Out in the water?
Just a bit of surfing maybe, or I think Fine Sands, the clothing business.
Yeah, a bit of a plug to Fine Sands. That's Brandon Donaldson.
Yeah.
Brand, he does it with a good mate. Really good clothing if you want to go get yourself a surf tee. He gave me the call up, and I said I'm happy to do it, mate. So I'm happy to get my face on the camera and a bit on Instagram. So I'm happy.
Yeah, and when if mates or you see yourself on the billboards or going around, I think the Win-Win Waffle, they're on bus stops and everywhere.
It's carrying on a bit now. I was happy to do it in the moment, but now it's a bit like, everyone's going up and taking photos and messaging me and all sorts. But I'm happy, mate. I'm happy.
Now, it's arguably the biggest weekend, I guess, biggest home and away weekend for South Freo and East Freo as well. The Freo Derby coming up Monday at the Wacker at the time of recording. Obviously, this will come out after the game is played, but no doubt you boys are keen to let East Freo not keen for them to break the record that you guys currently have, break the streak. But derbies, they do have a lot more feeling in them, as we see obviously in the AFL, but back in Waffle land, you got East Perth, West Perth as well, and obviously you guys battling it out on Monday as well.
Yeah, it's pretty much like a grand final mid-year, mate. Everything goes into this. All the boys are so excited. It's one we circle on the calendar, definitely. There's definitely a bit of feeling in it, and obviously you mentioned the streak there. I think it's 14 in a row now, so we obviously want to keep that alive and don't let them get one back. So it'll be exciting on WA Day. Yeah.
Is there any banter back and forth between the teams leading up to? I know, a lot of the boys would probably know each other.
Yep.
So was that kind of left until the game happens?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, everyone keeps a bit quiet just to make sure that there's no sledges or anything on the deck. But it all happens, I reckon, outside when we're on the ground. Yeah.
And you played last year, wasn't the WA Day Derby, but it was the second derby of the year. It was at the Wacker, pretty wet. It's going to be very wet on Monday as far as
long sleeves.
As far as the weather bureau says. So what's the Wacker like on a very wet day? Yeah, even if it doesn't rain for the game, but rains before the game, it's just going to be like a muddy pit, mate. Like the ball will be a bar of soap, and from last year it was absolutely ridiculous. One of the boys was just rolling around in it all day, and he was covered in black mud. So it's not great, but I mean, it's a scrap and a fight, and we love that. So as long as we get the 4 points, we're happy. Yeah, for sure. All right, well, let's move to the Instagram Q&As. You were worried about some stitch-ups. There isn't too...
PG rated, you'd say.
I'd say PG as well. I had a little look before. Of course, thanks to Skinbro, you can find them on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. TikTok as well. Bray Ethan is for TikTok. Bray and Ethan for everything else. And, of course, you can find Skinbro at... their handles, Ethan. My Skinbro, and the website is just skinbro.com. Yep, so exactly. So we'll kick it off with Eric Botha. Do you still believe that a bag of chips and a block of chocolate is a healthy dinner? I knew he'd throw this in. He sent me a screenshot. He's completely stitched me up, but I am a bit of a sucker for a bag of chips, mate. In one sitting as well. I can nail a bag of chips in one sitting, and I reckon. What flavour? Salt and vinegar, Smiths.
Really? For dinner. Yeah. Is it? We're talking dinner here, or is he just... No,
this is probably a
just
post.
Sitting on the couch on a Sunday, or on the couch on a Sunday watching the footy.
Yeah, probably any time, mate, post, pre even. A full bag of Smiths salt and vinegar chips I'm happy with. And I reckon a block of chocolate wouldn't go.
What flavour chocolate?
Top Deck's number one.
Really?
Yeah, controversial, I don't know, but
I don't mind it.
That's my number one.
I'd say I can sit down and smash a whole block of caramel if I could.
That's unorthodox.
And someone said that as well. I think it was Zach Langdon. He said if he has a couple of blocks of that, he can just eat it all. Yeah, and I reckon I'm the same with that.
I'll have 2 rows and then it's like, I'm going the rest. Really? You might as well.
Good. Yeah. And then I would have thought sour cream and chives as well for the chips. That's an easy one to eat a whole bag of as well, I think.
Yeah, no, that's a terrible option.
You don't reckon? I love that flavour.
Not a whole bag, I don't reckon.
Oh, I love sour cream and chives.
Eric is here with another one. Can you elaborate on being the worst indoor cricketer known to man?
Yeah, he stitched me up again here. He used to have an apartment in Claremont, and we used to have this little lounge room with a plastic bat and a tennis ball, and we used to get out, and he's a pretty good cricketer, if I do say myself. We just used to roll the arm over inside and just play a little bit of indoor cricket. And he got the best of me there. I'm happy to give him the chockies there, but I wasn't too bad.
This is a tough one.
Enrique
Aiken Featherstone.
Yeah,
we got that right. He's sent in 2. Ask about his 2 nicknames, John and Silk.
2 I roll around with, yeah. So family, they call me John. That's my middle name. Okay. It's sort of just an inside joke with the family. I don't know, it was just sort of come up when I was pretty much a teenager, and it's pretty much stuck. So there's not too much to talk about there. So we just call each other John. We both got tattoos. Me and my dad, we're pretty much best mates. So we got tattoos of John as well. And then Silk is more of a footy one. That's what the footy boys call me. But sort of just rhymes with my last name, McQuilkin, Quilk, I suppose. Yeah. Silk. I can't remember. Back in the Colts days, one of the boys called me it, and it's stuck. So I'm pretty happy to take that one.
Gonna have to fight with Sean Burber.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, he rolls with that, doesn't he? Yeah. I reckon he can take that one, I suppose.
Another one from Henry. Could Brodie Knight or myself beat you in a one-on-one contest in the goal square?
This is one of the boys, and he loves bringing this up, but I reckon I'd have them all, and I've always said it. I'll win 10 out of 10. He reckons he'd at least get 1, but both of them have got absolutely no chance, and I've got the wood over them for sure.
What are the highest levels of footy these guys have played?
No, Enrique is at East Freo. Okay. He's played a few league games.
Right, well, that's bad on us then.
Yeah, no, he's a fringe, so he's played a few league games, but he's playing 2s at the moment. And then Brodie Knight was a Resi's player at South Fremantle, but now he's at CBC Amos. Right. So they're not bad footy players, but yeah.
Riley Coolburn, favourite pair of footy boots you've ever owned?
Wow, I am a bit of a boot nuffy, I can say that. Yeah, I love footy boots, mate. I've got about 5 in the rotation at the moment. I love me Nike Tiempos, so I'm gonna say, wow, it's hard to split. I've got green Tiempos. I'm not sure they're a FIFA pack back middle of last year, so I'm gonna take them, I reckon. Yeah, I wore them on the weekend, so
All Nike pairs of boots?
yeah, all Nike, yeah, flat Nike runners as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Could almost be sponsored.
No, I wish. Nike, if you're listening, please. But yeah, only Nike runners I don't like to swap up.
Right.
Next one from Reed.luff. How did the 2022 South Coogee forward line go?
That was, interesting. That was a year 12 team I coached. I helped me mate Wilbur, who's the backline coach at South Fremantle. He coached his son. And we coached a bit of youth footy. And that was good fun. We didn't kick too many goals. We didn't win many games, but I wasn't in control of the forward line. I was down back, so the backs were spot on, but I'm not sure what happened up the field.
Yeah, well, that's as long as you're succeeding and your boys are succeeding,
we're happy.
You're good. Caleb Smith, best fortnight player you've played with?
He'd want to say himself here, I reckon. We play a bit of fortnight, believe it or not, while he's over at Melbourne. That's pretty much how we communicate with each other. I'm not going to say him. I'm going to go up to the big fella, Eric Botha, who mentioned the question before. Yep. He's a bit of a goat. He loves all gaming wise, so I'll give him the chockies there.
You're a builds or zero builds sort of guy?
Nah, builds.
Builds?
Yeah, builds. I'm not much into it anymore, but back in the day, me and Smitty were flat out.
Yes. Zach.Melfi. How much do you miss the Force and the boys who used to bring you back down to earth?
Oh, here are the boys. Shout out to the G-Force boys. This is a little patch in my life where I worked at Bunnings for a bit, and there was about 5 of us blokes, all really good mates. We just pretty much packed boxes and stacked shelves in Bunnings around Perth, and they're absolute legends, and they gave me feedback every time I came in after a game and pretty much roasted me and said I don't defend and I don't tackle and all sorts of rubbish. So shout out to those boys, but they're legends.
Bunnings is quite a popular job, I reckon. Clay Hall's working there, the last episode's guest, so must go all right.
Yeah, it's not too bad, yeah.
People love it. Ben Kabassi, is your labouring job hard?
Mate, the boys have completely stitched me up here. They like to stick wood on me that I'm a labourer. I can't say I'm much far off it. I'm a TA. I went with me dad, so it's really good, mate. The pay's good, so that's all that matters, Cabba.
Aiden Wedge, what do you do in the gym? I'm trying to get more touches of the footy and need to know.
Could say I'm allergic to the gym, boys. I don't know if you realise, but the pipes aren't going too well. But not much, mate. He's a pretty big boy, so he knows a lot more than me. But I steer very clear away from the gym, and if I have to be in there, I will. But yeah, just throw some bench press around and 70, 75 kilos maybe at the max. But we'll take it.
Well, I think that max for 3 of us in the row. Stay away from the gym. Tony Walters, is marriage on the horizon?
That's Wilbur. That's the backs coach.
Right.
The boy. This is terrible, isn't it? No, completely not, mate. That's a complete stitch up.
And another one here, biggest coaching influence.
I would have to say him as well. He's been, all jokes aside, he's been a massive part of my sort of league journey. He's picking me every week, which is handy. But he's more of a mentor off field as well. We do heaps of touch sessions. We do heaps of skills sessions. Even just to go for a coffee and have a chat just about life and footy and what's outside footy. He's been massive for me. So shout out to the big Wilb. He's been huge for my footy, yeah.
So what's the schedule like at South Freo? Is it training 2 or 3 times a week?
It's 3 nights a week, yeah. We train Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. Wednesday main session. Thursday just roll around and pretty much get game ready for the game on Saturday, obviously.
The Wog Boy 98, do you still love the Mundijong Footy Club?
Soft spot in my heart, mate, definitely. The Centrals go all right. Never forget your roots, as they say.
Yes.
Shout out to the Centrals boys. They're really good for my journey anyway.
What day do they play? Saturday or Sunday?
I think they're Sunday league.
So do you ever pop down?
I don't, mate. No.
No.
Put the head down, mate.
Oh, no.
I don't.
Jeez, is it in the heart or not?
It's a soft spot.
It is, but the way
he's got games to prepared. Fill on Mondays.
Most waffle games are a Saturday. So.
No, the way's been and gone. All my mates have pretty much
Okay.
either done, but I mean, you might have sprung an idea. I might have to get down there and show some love.
Never rule out a comeback.
No, never.
All right, that wraps up the Q&As. We'll head over to the quiz. Having a look at the leaderboard, Riley Hardman sits up on top on 12. Zach Mainwaring, I think it was a generous 11 I think we gave him. Clay Hall 2 weeks ago landed with 11. Colton Tholstrup with 10. Zach Langdon 10 and Tara Schofield 10. So
It's a big bar.
yeah, it is.
The boys doing well.
Out of a potential 14.
Just trying to see what Caleb got from last year so we can measure
here
it.
we go.
Even though I think this one was out of 18.
As long as I beat him, I'm happy.
Does it say on here?
I think it would be. You'd better go to the episode after, Caleb.
Yeah.
But that was out of a possible 18 as well. If
Yeah.
you remember last year. So are you going to have a look at that? Well,
I'll try to find who it was.
All right, well, the first question out of 10 with a potential of 14 marks.
Bang.
Question number 1. What is your height and weight on the Waffle website?
I'm going to say 184 is height. And they've stitched me up a couple of kilos because they'd done it back when I was a young kid. And I reckon I'm 70 on the website, but I'm weighing in at about 78, 79 these days. So
Well, I can tell you, bang, you're correct. That's one.
Bang, we'll
from
take
one.
it.
So yeah, 184 and 70.
1 from 1.
Did you find out?
Not yet. I need to try to find out. So number 2, true or false, you were WA's leading possession getter in the state game.
didn't pay too much attention. I'm going to say true because a couple of the boys said so.
Correct. 23 touches.
It's not bad.
Robbed of the Simpsons.
No, I wouldn't have thought so. Sure, he had a great game.
How many points did the Sample beat you guys by?
I'm going to say 11.
13.
I was going to spewing.
Yeah. Good close.
Number 4.
Yep.
Prior to last weekend against Perth, how many consecutive games in the Waffle did you have 20 or more touches in?
Oh, I have no idea. 29.
5 in a row. Incorrect.
Oh, I thought you meant overall. Sorry,
It's
boys.
all right.
No, that's all right. Well, clearly he doesn't look at his stats.
Yeah.
No.
It's all right. There's still some
Shows who you
points
are,
up for
which is good.
grabs.
Yep, of course. Question number 5. Name the Waffle Club you've never personally had a win against in your league career.
Oh. I'm going to say West Perth.
Correct.
Yeah, bang. We
West
drew with
Perth.
them, but we didn't get the win.
Yeah.
Yeah, we drew with them last year. Yeah.
That's right. 3 from 5.
3 from 5. Number 6. True or false, your Guernsey number of 42 was the highest of the Bulldogs players out there in the 2021 Waffle Grand Final. True or false?
False.
That's correct.
Jesse Motlop,
Jesse Motlop.
49.
Yeah, and Trent Newton, 46.
46, sorry, yeah.
That takes us to what? 4
4.
out of 6. So it's not bad after a rough start.
Yeah.
Question number 7. How many Sandover medal votes have you had in your career?
I'm going to say 3.
Oh,
Correct.
bang.
I was very
Yeah.
surprised by that, considering you're in the team of the year. Like, you know, what you've
Yeah.
played state footy.
Yeah. No, I'm happy. I'm happy with the 3. I'll take
I mean,
the
you
3.
are you play in the back line mostly, so
Yeah.
they look, the umpires look after the
Yeah,
midfielders.
it's a
man.
midfielder's
Yeah.
award, isn't it?
Yeah.
5?
5.
5.
Number 8, you've played in 5 Waffle League finals all up so far. What is the win-loss ratio out of these 5 games?
I'm going to go 3 and 2.
As in, like,
3
What
wins,
order?
2 losses.
it's 2 wins, 3 losses.
Oh, you're kidding. Spewing.
Question number
No.
9. Need to get a wriggle on here.
Yes.
We're still on 5. Correct?
Yep.
Yes, we are. What was the winning time in the 2K time trial at the Combine last year?
Your winning time.
Oh, your winning time? Sorry.
6:48.
Yeah, we'll pay it. If you said anything between 6 and 7, we'll count it. So it was 6 minutes 40.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
I would say that. Even better.
1 point there. So we're on 6.
Yep.
6 of the what?
Out of
14.
14. And this question has,
5.
this last question is 5 points up. for
Oh, I
grabs.
need this. I need this.
So According to Draft Guru, there's only been one player out of the Mundijong Centrals ever. Who is it for 2 points? What year was it in? And to what AFL club?
Oh, that's a good question. Oh,
It's not like a well-known name in like AFL circles, really.
was he older? Is he older?
Yeah. So who is it 2 points? What year 1 point? And to what AFL
And
team?
he's from
2
Mundijong
points?
Centrals.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. I don't know my roots very well, do I? I want to say,
If you want it, well, you can. I was going to say, there's not many clues I don't think we can give here, but
I want to say one of the McGrath boys.
it's not.
No.
You can keep guessing if you want. I think this guy played at South Freo post AFL, but then went to another waffle club after that.
Let's just say someone with the same last name is already featured in the quiz so far.
I'm so stumped, mate. I've got no idea. Nah, you stumped me. I've got no idea. I'm interested to see who it is.
All right, well, let's try give you some points here somehow. So it was Ben Newton, who played for South and Subi.
Never heard of him.
Really?
Where am I? Oh, I need to go on the run sheet. So, any guess at what club or year for if we can try and get you some points? It's not within the last decade. If that,
Yeah.
something.
None. Absolutely not. Freo or Eagles?
It's not. It's Port Adelaide, and then went to Melbourne.
Yeah, okay.
Any for one more point. Unfortunately, you're going to be bottom of the leaderboard here. But any idea of the year, just for one extra point.
What year? It can't be in the last decade.
But it's close. It's like not miles out of the last decade.
2009.
It's 2010.
Pay it. No, that's okay.
So what do we finish with? 6?
I'll just count back. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Sando one was
6.
6 points.
I'm happy to take that. I'll take that over
okay.
0. And
I think
I'm hoping-
Caleb got more than that.
I was going to say, if Caleb got
I'll
any
see
more
if
than that,
we
I'll
can
be spewing.
I don't think it's because he was one of the last episodes by himself, and then I think we had Brady Hoff and Jai Cully in, and it's not on there because they would have done a quiz together. So I was trying to find it.
G6 is terrible, isn't it?
It's not the best.
I'm hoping one of the boys post me does worse than that, and I'll be happy.
Yeah,
No, that was last year. I thought I had it.
I think Caleb might have got 10 or 11.
It was
somewhere around there.
episode number 70.
Yeah.
I know. I think. Where is Brady Hoff?
I had a look. I don't know if it's on there.
Is that the lowest score ever? Number 6?
It is. Shamo Woden, Brownlow medalist. He was the lowest before. He got 9. How do you find the like? Obviously, you found it challenging because of your score, but
Yeah.
was it? Did we make it too hard? Is what I'm trying to ask.
No, it was really good questions, but
Yeah.
I'm not the smartest tool in the shed, nor
Yeah.
the best tool in the shed anyway. So, I've done horribly there. But it's gone and done now, mate.
Yeah.
You can have the 6 and move on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if we're going to
Yeah.
be able to have a look. I don't think anything else was from late last year. I think it would have been Caleb, then Hoffy and
Yeah, and then that was it.
Let's just go with he got 5, and I'll
Yeah.
take the 6.
Okay, we'll run with it.
Yeah, we'll move on.
We might have to get you back in somehow. You two together to face off.
Yeah, that-
should get him on the phone or something.
Yeah.
have a phone off.
Yeah, he reckons he's not back till September or something like that. So
Yeah,
we'll tee it up sometime.
Yep.
of course. Well,
I hope you enjoyed it anyway. Hopefully that doesn't take away from your experience being here.
Yeah, I'm a bit flat at walking out the doors
do you
here.
usually
but-
win stuff?
Nah.
Oh,
No.
well, that's probably good.
Yeah, no,
Just,
middle of the pack.
get the loss out today and get
Yeah.
the win on Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Get
You
the
can't be
horrible ones
winning
out.
everything. 'cause,
Exactly.
You know, if you won today, maybe you would have lost. On Monday,
Yeah, I'm
so-
taking the Derby win, I reckon,
Yeah,
for
exactly.
sure.
All right. Well, we've got a Skinbro gift for you to give you just
beautiful.
afterwards. So nice little gift to take home. All the best for the weekend, the rest of the year. We'll be watching very, very closely. And thanks for coming on.
Thank you, boys, for having me. It's obviously a pleasure to jump on, and you boys are rippers. So, thank you.
Cheers, mate. I appreciate it. Well, of course, the discount code just Bray and Ethan20. With a simple and, as we mentioned at the start, to get 20% off. And of course, if you spend over $35, Ethan, what do you get?
Free shipping.
Oh, skinbro.com. Hit it up. And of course, Instagram as well. My Skinbro.
My Skinbro. The website. Everything will be in the link in the description anyway. So,
and if you're listening on Spotify, Apple, or anywhere, wherever you get your podcasts from, you can, of course, actually watch it on YouTube. And if you're on YouTube, you can chuck it on in the car.
A lot of requests for people wanting to watch these. So,
yes, we are now filming.
Yeah.
Which is good. And remember to give us a 5-star rating and subscribe if you're on YouTube as well.
Does help.
It does help. All right, boys. Thanks for coming in.
All good. Catch you later.
Thank you, boys.